Will THORnews survive for June 2021? I don't know, man. That is really up to y'all and God. Here, we are watching a drone fly to its death into the Iceland volcano that just woke up a few months ago. But man, that drone did a great job before it left planet Earth. And then it's like, hey, here we go. One of the most glorious drone deaths ever, I would guess. Boom. All right, is that time of the month where I have about 48 hours left of my fundraiser, and I start to wonder, is THORnews going to survive? And then the other haters and hackers start to talk crap like, haha, you're doomed. But I get saved every single time. It's like the Mandalorian. Every 2 to 3 episodes, somebody has to come along and save the Mandalorian. Are you going to save me? Are you going to contribute to keep THORnews up and running? Only time will tell. If you'd like to, I got a snail mail, a PayPal, a CashApp, a Patron. I am your planetary defense commander. I'm going to do the very best job I can during this hurricane season, which is sure to be wild. And I'm going to need a small miracle, a medium-sized miracle, and a large miracle, because I've got $1,377 left to raise. And thank you to Asteroid Fight Club, Melissa, Angel, Charles, Dave, and Randy. And everybody out there is cool. Okay. We are talking about UFOs photobombing the sun. That is right. The sun is slowly waking up for solar minimum, heading towards solar maximum. Right now we have 2 sunspots on the sun, and we have a UFO, which means unidentified flying object that flies right in front of the sun. UFO photobombs the sun. Last week, Philip Smith of Maynardville, New York, was video recording the sun when a spherical silhouette flitted between sunspots AR-2A24 and 2A26. Hey, UFOs have been in the news a lot lately, says Smith. Here's one in front of the sun. And just to let you guys know that I, Thor of THORnews, believe in aliens and definitely unidentified objects, because UFO just means like, hey man, nobody can identify what that thing was. A lot of times it is secret technology, and of our own government and of other governments and of corporations. Because if you actually could see or knew about the technology available today, it would blow your mind and it would make you mad at how bad that they've been abusing the public by sticking us with like the 1888 petroleum engine. Anyway, when in doubt, sing 99 set luft balloons. What was it? We asked expert satellite tracker Marco Langbreek of the Netherlands to check for possible satellite transits. He was not able to find a matching satellite. Instead, I think this is very likely a balloon. See? Whatever. But if we reference it against the U.S. Air Force aircraft identification chart, it lines up. It's kind of shaped like this one, or kind of like this one, just a little. And those are both listed as weather balloons. So, okay, that's cool. But who knows? Maybe THORnews won't survive into June. Things have been weird, especially in the digital narrative world. I've been kind of trapped in a lockbox for a couple years. I've been stuck at 55,000 subscribers for like ever. Anyway, Colin Davis, we're in a Twitter emergency. Twitter to launch local weather news service. So pause here. I don't know, man. It's just weird how Silicon Valley has taken control over a lot of stuff, and they can pick and choose the winners. So we'll have to stay tuned, see what happens. Life, it's a cliffhanger, and my own life is like a weird game show. Man, come on, no whammies, yo. And just a reminder that I happen to get fat at the same time Thor got fat, and he's supposed to be ripped and jacked by 2022. So you're going to see me be huge 9 months from now. That's exciting. And that means I get to find love eventually. Non sequitur. Yes. Things are kind of doomy. Eric Brouchard. The heat wave will take place gradually over the eastern North America at the end of this week for several days. The westward shift trend of the Brazilian Azores High is responsible for this. And yeah, it is now officially hurricane season, day 1. But before we break down our hurricane watch, I want to talk about volcanoes and wildfires on the west coast of the United States of America. As you can see here, wildfires in 2021 are greatly exceeding wildfires in 2020. And that is bad news because it was pretty record-setting last year. So super smooth THORnews segue, Radar Omega, high temperatures in the western U.S. are forecast to soar well above average from the desert southwest to the Pacific Northwest. as upper-level ridging develops in the area through Thursday. Highs are expected to reach the triple digits in some locations. And so, yo, bro, I got to ask, segue, if you don't mind. Okay, every month it's been like a volcano advent calendar 2021, where a new volcano erupts somewhere in a major fashion, somewhere around the world. Like, for example, in May, it was the Congo volcano. The month before that, it was the Caribbean volcano. The month before that, it was the Iceland volcano. And the month before that, it was Guatemala. And so my question is A, which major volcano will erupt newly in the month of June? And if a volcano were going to erupt in the United States of America other than Alaska, what month do you think that would happen? Anyway, we're definitely on Super Volcano Watch because volcanoes have been popping off like crazy. And as someone who's studied this map many times over the course of the years, these are at super low levels as drought is really in effect because this whole area seems to be very, 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 very dry. All right, I can feel you itching for me to talk about hurricanes. So let me start out with some good news. Here, Weather Dakota Smith is showing us a visual of, you can see that this is the convection and here is the low. So if atmospheric defense team was in effect with Prayer Warriors and Astro Fight Club, this is what they do. They separate the low pressure from the convection, the rain, which doesn't allow it to super duper intensify into a monster that would hurt and kill people. Remember, this is just a working theory, but this is a very good sign. All right. And if there is no atmospheric defense team, that means we've just been really, 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 really lucky. Matt Jones, channeling my inner Stu Ostro for a first day of hurricane season swirl. The only thing this upper level low is doing is keeping the dry air around Florida today. Notice how it's almost like the dry air usually plays the shield. Good job, dry air. All right, Mike's weather page, long looking into the tropics, could get some juicy conditions into the following weekend. The 11th, 12th, 13th-ish, the period that we are watching, for sure around the 14th, around Central America to watch with maybe a CAG-type setup, Central American Yair. These general lowering pressures help up chances for something on either side. And so, yeah, we're definitely watching for development. All right, now let's switch to the model, shall we? Heavy rain, heavy floods coming to Texas and Louisiana over the next 7 days, with the possibility of severe weather between Texas and New Mexico and the Northeast. But you can see that most of the rain trains all the way through the south up to the Northeast. It's going to cause some problems. Flooding is going to be a major issue over the next week or weeks, buddy. And so you watch for trouble to come from up here, up into there, and then about in July, the hurricanes will start rolling off of Africa. Hey, this ain't our first rodeo. Day after tomorrow, we'll be watching for this for severe weather as well. All right, let us do a model run. This is the latest GFS, and you're going to be getting a very wet. Okay, so this is, they pushed the 14th storm to the east, which is good news for us. But you have another storm that comes out of the CAG, which could be a problem. We will continue to watch it. But you could definitely see a lot of rain continuing over the time periods. There's a lot to the south, and we get flashes of just like 30 to 40% of America covered in rain at some point in time in a single moment, which sounds kind of stressful. But we'll make it through. We almost always do. Now, let me watch the other one. Look at that one. That was retrogrades. Crazy. All right, let us watch this one together. This one should give you a better idea of what I'm talking about. If you notice around the 14th, the area that we have been tracking for possible hurricane development. See, there's the low. And notice it will get pushed to the west. See, there it is. It's got, pushed to the east. And then it wouldn't really be a danger to anyone. And wind shear would tear it up. But notice how there's another low down there, starting to develop and head into the Gulf. So yes, we are almost into wild, wacky hurricane season. The good news is, I think we have atmospheric defense team. I know we have Asteroid Fight Club. The bad news is, it appears Mother Nature is going to be throwing a whole lot of rain at us either way without hurricane or tropical storm formation. So we'll have to stay tuned. But that is definitely an interesting formation, and we have our eyes on the 14th of June. Definitely. And we will continue to track and see what happens. Yeah. All right, this wraps up the latest edition of What Is Happening Now News with THORnews, me. And Are You Going to Be My Miracle today, tonight? Every single dollar helps. And you guys have been incredible. You were incredible through May, and you've been incredible for the 8 years I've been here, and I appreciate you greatly. If you would like to contribute, I got a snail mail, a PayPal, a CashApp, a Patron, a ton of love for y'all, and only $1,377 left to raise, with about 49 hours left to go. Thank you very much to Asteroid Fight Club, Melissa, Angel, Charles, Dave of Fountains by Design, Randy, and everybody out there who is cool. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And if somehow THORnews is doomed, please know that I did the best job I could as your planetary defense commander. All right. Stay cool. God bless everyone.